Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crisis 169 coming to you live with the power of Spectrum Net. My gaming rig. I'm here, you're there. Let's get on with it now. With the overall nonsense with the game, with the GPU prices, with the issues with the GPUs, GPU is a graphics card, by the way, GPU. The issues with that, and with the PS5s and Xboxes and stuff like that, there's a lot of things happening. The biggest thing that bothers me about this is that no one is talking about the fact that you go into a Best Buy, you see GPU prices $600 something, $700, or anywhere else you go buy your thing. You can buy a 1660 Super at GameStop, mostly online, but you can buy it. So if you got a brand new build and you can't get a graphics card, you might want to take a wander down to GameStop. You might get lucky and order one online and get a Super, at least get up and running something. If you got 1080 going to Super or a 970 or 950, it means so there's it's a mess, but also trying to come with compromises for you guys too as well. To understand that it might be easier for you guys to go with a 1660 Super instead of a 3060 Ti if you have like a 950, 970. But you are like myself, and I have 2060. When I got my gaming rig built about a year ago, I told my brother-in-law I do want a 3060 Ti. It's a mid-range computer. I wanted it because my 5600X processor would do good with 3060 Ti. And I can overclock the processor. My sister obviously can do that for me. My brother-in-law too can do it. And I can overclock the graphics card better. I have 2060 right now. A lot of gamers, PC gamers, would love to have my 2060, I guarantee you. Especially if they have something old, like a 950 or 970. 980, maybe not. Maybe not a 980 top off brand there. But I guarantee you, they would like to have something a little better than what they have right now. Like I said, if you go to GameStop and get a 1650 Super, 1660 Super, that hold you over for a little while. Um, Come to find out, you can ray trace with a 1070. I've heard a 1080. Kind of weird to me, and I never thought you could do that, but maybe you could. I don't know. And I think in the video I activated something because I know I had a guy a couple days ago who got a 1080 or 1070 and was using the ray tracing. Of course, it wasn't the rig rate. It was frame rate went down from 60 to 12. I'm like, well, that's not great, or 20, maybe 30 in some titles. So that kind of proves the point that maybe they were, in the video was diving into it. I know it's more of a rant, but I'm kind of tired right now. Me ranting right now is kind of rough. But my biggest problem is this. Okay, we're trying to build your PC gaming, right? You're trying to get your things up and running, and you can't do that. And you can't do that because you don't have the funds to go spend $2 or $3 on a graphics card. Don't feel bad. People spend $2,000 on a PS5 and got a bag of grass or bags of rock. So those people are dumb. I spent $758 for a 2060. Granted, is that dumb? Not really. Low scout price, but it runs really well. The games run in high settings. On most games I play, run high settings. And in medium on the newer, more exploding games. But high and ultra on most of the games I can run. That's about it, though, really, with that. Do I feel that this is going to come down anytime soon? No. No, until cars stop making everything electronic, chips are still going to be needed. And to our fearless leader, the government leader. Stop eating ice cream for 5 minutes and worry about actually getting people chipsets and stuff ready to go do their cars and the games and whatever else they need them for. We're gonna be like this one for a while. But you can't blame the guy in the wheelchair or the ice cream eater guy who eats ice cream all the time for all the problems. You can't blame him. It's kind of our fault for wanting all the nice shiny things. But they knew this was happening about a year or two ago, and you should have prepared for it. But the scalpers are making it hard. I watched the video. 3060 is good. And better than 2060. But if you can get a TI version of 3060, go for it. I'm like you guys, okay? I'm in the same boat you guys are. I'm sick and tired of I love my 2060. I love it to death. I do. My father wants my 2060. I want to upgrade my EPU, but my father wants my 2060. He has 1650 Super in his. And his game runs good. He's playing racing games. It'll run better with 2060 in there. That being said, though, will it matter that much if you got a 1080, would you buy a 2060? It would. Anywhere you can find to get a good graphics card. I'm like you guys. I'm ticked off too. I wanted my gaming rig. I wanted my 3060. But I got a 2060, said 3060 Ti. And I say that I hate to say it though. I do enjoy, I do hate to say that, the 2060 is not a bad card. But it's going to show its age eventually. I understand that. And that's the problem I have. I know that the 2060 is going to show its age, and it's going to be outdated, significantly, here in probably the next at least year, maximum 2 years. Minimum is a year, max 2 years. And after that, all bets are off and things are outdated. Now, will it be supported? Of course. I think the video came out, so they're going to support, I think 970, 980 for a while longer. A while longer, could be 6 months, a year, 2 years. We don't know for sure. But even a lot of the 900 cards, series cards, are make believe this is a wave of of NVIDIA giving updates, and it passes by your card, no longer has updates, so games won't run on it optimized. Think of every game being like Battlefield 2042. Well, it's a cluster mess of an F mess because your card is not optimized to run for it because it can't get the drivers and download the patches and stuff. Drivers to run that game. It can be a beautiful game with somebody who has a 2060 Super, but you got a 970 or 960, 950, and it's I'm sorry, it's out of that, it's out of the area where we still support it with updates. So now you have to go spend money on a 1660 Super or any other card to get your hands on that has updates so you can play said game you probably bought. And then, and I think this is the biggest problem. I think the biggest rant for me is that all the cards are going to have that eventually. Now 20 series will probably last a little bit longer because they have to. Because they have RTX, stronger RTX, RTX type of understanding. They are more of an RTX driven, cheaper base than 3060, than the 10 series. Some 10 series cards had ray tracing. 1070, 1080, I think they do have ray tracing as well because a guy used 1070 2 days ago to play a game. Of course, ray tracing was garbage on most of it. Maybe about 10 of them, maybe about 9, 10 titles used was bad. One of them might be working on what it was. It was probably a racing game maybe or something. But the point being is this though. And I think it was Battlefield. I think the Battlefield 5 he was playing on online, by the way. He was, and then he was admiring about seeing his gun in the window of a Jeep. The reflection. He was literally people are running around getting shot, and he's admiring about a reflection of a machine gun he had into the window. 1070. And that's fine though. Like I said, it's fine. People are going to get what they need, but eventually, the problem is these cards are going to become obsolete. The 979, even the 10 series. And I think if people need to understand that NVIDIA ain't gonna keep pouring out these updates stuff for nothing. They want us to go buy these new cards. It's kind of hard to do that in NVIDIA when you don't give us the damn cards to buy. Stop letting scalpers buy them all. Of course, it's not only them too. It's the Best Buys and the other places in the world that jack up the prices. We don't have a micro center here like in California. If we did, the Clarksville Raiders would be raiding that right now. Because they raided Walmart and they raided everything else. Why not raid that, right? And I go up there, all I see at Best Buy is 6500 XT 6600s. You don't see a lot of NVIDIA cards anymore because I think they're just selling. I don't know about it. They just pulled them off the damn thing. And they can't even get the damn cards in there. And that bothers me though a lot too. It bothers me a lot because I do want a 3060 Ti. But also for a 3060, so I have something that's current. Because 4,000 series cards, guys, are coming out this year. Of course, they're going to be probably even harder to get than 30 series. Scalpers are already licking their chops and already getting their slots ready for those farming expeditions we're going to be doing. But 3060 is the only car I know of that crypto mining is hard to do on it. It has a very high VRAM, but it doesn't do well. This is why NVIDIA came out with a 12 series 2060 to help people to mine more. They use this VRAM, video memory, to mine. But 3060 doesn't do it too well. 2060 does, I guess. Super does, I guess. It's weird how that works out. But now I would take a 2060 12 gigabyte. But I want to upgrade the thing. But I want to have relevance, obviously. But I enjoy it. I'm happy with what I have, but eventually it's going to be outdated. Now, probably a couple years. Maybe 3 years, 4 years later, I'll probably be, it's just kind of old and time to go. But then again, you have to start looking at the big picture things. You have cards that are with chips in them, TVs, game systems, PS5s, phones. We have everything. Lights from your car. Lights from the traffic lights, the cameras. Everything has a chip in it nowadays. So everything takes all these chips. And so now you have to sit there and really wonder. Are we going to get a 30 series card anytime soon? Probably not. Now, some people have come to pre-builds to get their 30 series cards. Maybe it's the way to go, maybe. I don't know. If the way to go for you, great. Go for it. Rock it out. Rock it out. But me personally, I'm going to wait it out probably another 6 months, see what happens. The big currency is going up again, so we all know what that means. More ransacking the stores. And I really wish these companies would just get a clue and stop being so damn gullible. Stop being stupid and allowing online scalpers to buy everything you have and sell it at outrageous prices. Because all they're doing is killing the industry and the business, because it's making people less likely to give a damn about these cards and not buy them, and maybe get out of PC gaming altogether and go buy a PS4 or Pro or a 5 they can find, or an Xbox X Series, and go play that and have the ray tracing they want. Maybe they have a 10 series card that doesn't do well anymore. They buy the Xbox, and they hooked on it, and never go back to PC. So this is a problem too. The people don't have to understand, but no one wants to understand that. Nobody wants to understand that. That's a real big pity of the whole situation. Nobody wants to understand what's really going on with it. And no one understanding what's really going on. And that's why it's hard to talk about. People, Jay's 2 cents and Gaming Nexus, we'll talk about it a few times, and it's really hard sometimes because you can't just poof, you're over kind of thing. You can't do that because everybody wants these cards too. It ain't just one person. Everybody wants these things. Everybody wants these cards. Everybody wants to have the cards, the fancy stuff. But you can't do that right now. You can't have that at the moment right now. And I think people just need to understand that. It took me a long time to understand that. My 2060 is good. I got 32 gigabytes of RAM in there. I had 16, but I wanted 32 for Christmas. Great 5060 5600X. Have a great gaming rig that is doing more than I ever thought it could do. I'm squeezing every bit of life out of this thing I can. I'm squeezing every bit of life I can out of this thing. I'm overclocking little by little each time until I get to a limit where I can't overclock anymore. But every few weeks or a few months, I will overclock it a little bit more, one notch more, to get it to go. And once I find the sweet spot, I'll stick with that. And eventually, I'll have my sister overclock my CPU a little bit. But eventually, overclocking and everything is not going to make it run any better at the end. And I'm aware of that. Eventually, if I get 6600, I would take that. AMD, I don't care right now. Right now, I don't care. Because, yes, I like ray tracing and, DLSS. But the SFR, whatever you call it for AMD, not bad either. I'm just trying to make sure that, I myself do right for me. Now, I do have bills to pay. I do have things to take care of. I can't run out and go buy a brand new $2,000 graphics card because I want the latest thing in my system. You got to start thinking, a fourth dimensionally up here. You got to think of common sense. Start thinking, okay, what can I need? What can I use? Can I use my 2060? Okay. That'll hold me over. And I'm happy with it. My build cost me $1,700. Originally $1,500 because the graphics card was about $200 more than it should have been. Is that bad? No. Because, I got the card. It's still, some cards are about 26 are expensive. The 20 Super's coming down a little bit. And I think it's something that's good, though. But be mindful you're not buying a card that's been minded to death. Especially if you're buying it on Facebook or other sites. Or even Newegg. Or even Amazon. So guys, that's really my video. It's not really a rant because I'm kind of tired, but I put rant on there. But I wanted you guys to understand. I feel you guys too. I feel you guys too as well. I'm in the same boat you are. I do want to upgrade my 2060, but I'm happy with it now. The VRAM is good, even though 8 gigabytes is coming norm eventually. My 6 will hold up. If I got to lower it down from high ultra settings to high setting medium settings, I have to do that. Can I upscale it? Maybe try to turn on, DLSS to make it look better? Maybe. Ray tracing in it? Maybe. I'll do what I got to do to keep my card relevant. So don't worry, guys, about what may not happen, may happen. Tomorrow, you may wake up tomorrow, a Saturday, or later today on a Friday, find out that the 30 series cards are best thing sliced bread, and the 4,000 cards are garbage. Doubtful, but the 480s are crap, right? I don't think they are, but I think they'll be good cards. The problem is scalpers are already pretty much getting their spot ready for them. But that means more 30 cards will be on the market. Maybe scalpers go after that and leave the rest of them alone. I'll take anything right now, including the 2070 Super, 2080, whatever. Because right now, I do want. My sister has 2070. I told her, hey, I'll buy that off you. Once again, help keep my platform, irrelevant. Well, my video, guys. Like, subscribe, notification, and ring that bell, and see my video come available. Peace out. Holler at you guys later. Peace out.